Okay, guys, are you ready to see what I got on my first trip to the Ontario Mall? I'm going to show you right now. Now, I hope you watch the videos so that you can kind of realize what I got. There might have been a couple things I might not have got on camera, but I might have talked about. So let's start with the obvious. So get this, guys. When I picked this up, I got it because I thought my son would really like it. It's an aviation thing. And it's got this cool little like plane or spaceship or whatever you want to call it. And it looked really cool. And then I found out that this is called a time distance computer. This is our time distance computer right here. But it's a neat little jiggy that a lot of aviation people used. So you'll be able to figure out things like time and distance. It flipped around. Like time and distance, okay? Or figure out miles to how much fuel you have. Kind of cool. I'm not really sure if it's totally complete after doing some research, because I think it had something that was supposed to slide out, but I don't know, and honestly I don't think we care because it's really cool. I mean, it's got these turning parts and pieces, and it's just a fun piece. And it was only $5 for fun, right? So yeah, if you're gonna be flying, don't use this nowadays. But yeah, that was a cool find, $5. And my son thinks it's pretty cool too. I do too. Okay, guys, the next thing I had to get, I don't think I had got this on camera. So I found this Coca-Cola bottle. And it's one of those unique things where Coca-Cola let the bottling companies take over their brand and bottles and such and whatnot. I liked that it was a light blue color. It's very heavy. They have the cork on it. They have the top on it, and it does say Coca-Cola. And it does give some indication that it's from where the bottle says. So what the bottle says is property of Elmira Coca-Cola Bottling Works. Okay. And then it says at the bottom, minimum contents 6 ounces. 6 ounces. Can you imagine 6 ounces nowadays? Everything's so much bigger. So yes, this was made in Elmira, New York, and the glass factory there. And then they would fill it up with Coca-Cola. And I think we've talked before about all the different places. There were so many glass bottle companies that made Coca-Cola and used it once they made their bottle, right? So this one just happens to be Elmira, New York. It also looks to me to have been a recovered bottle because there's some dirt inside. Not sure why I can't ever find something quite like this, but I'm happy with this find. I thought it was pretty cool. I just thought it was really cool. And it didn't cost that much. Okay, so we got the aviation thing, we got the Coca-Cola. So now I'm going to show you guys, I think in the video I explained that I had gone into a room and there were coins. And I was looking in this one particular vendor's, it's all locked up on some, not all of them, but on some. And everybody is super nice, and just from the workers to the vendors, to the people there. They're really nice, and man, they've helped me out a lot. But anyway, I knew this gentleman had been at that particular booth prior to me because I was down more and he was there. And then the woman came with the keys. She got something out from another place for him. Anyway, long story short, he came down and he wanted to get things from out of there. And I said, it's not something I want, is it? And he said, well, you're looking for marbles, right? And I said, yeah, but I was also kind of looking at some coins. And he said, well, which ones? And I pointed to there was a foreign coin collection for $10. And then there was an American coin collection that actually had an Indian head penny. That, of course, was the one he wanted. And honestly, he was there first. And what do I know? I'm new to all this. So I said, you have first dibs. You were at this booth before me. So he took that. And then, well, while we were waiting for her to get the key, I said, well, which one of these two foreign coin little jars would you pick? And he showed me, and he showed me right. So I got me about 100 foreign coins for $10, but it gets better. It really does. So if you look over here, when you start going through the coins, I pulled out some of the ones I found pretty remarkable. And this would be my 1914 halfpenny and 1917 halfpenny from Great Britain. And then I also had a 1921, though a little bit beat up, full penny. Okay, so come just a couple months, that is going to be an antique too. Once you hit the 100 mark, you are 100 and you are considered antique. Okay, and then what I did was I'm kind of excited about this. I do have to say I'm calling this the Great Britain half pennies, and they are newer than the ones above, obviously, but I saw similar ones in Australia, but the Australian ones looked to me to be a little bit more silver. I don't know, so if any of you do know and want to leave it in the comments, that would be great. I'm really just doing this for fun, and I appreciate any feedback you have. But the cool thing about this, and these, I fell in love immediately. I am hoping this is going to focus in for you. There is an absolutely beautiful ship on the back of this coin, and I have 7 of them, starting from 1936, and then they keep going up and up and up until our last one, which was in 1966. But I just thought, and that's the front, what the front would look like, but I just thought they would be super duper little things to put on a necklace, perhaps, because they're really cool. Let's get to the last finds. My last finds. We are getting into marbles, guys. This is Marble King. I thought it was pretty groovy that I could get the bag. Although I do not feel necessarily that these are all Marble King marbles. There were a bunch of different marble makers back in the day. Whatever that day might be. But I did learn something. And, well, let me show you. Turn off the light. if you turn off the light and bring a black light in, do you guys see that? Incredible, right? It's like totally glowing. This here, guys, has uranium in it. And uranium was not used after 1930. They thought it was kind of dangerous, but don't worry. There's not enough in it for it to hurt anybody. But that one just like blows up in your face, right? A lot of these marbles are made out of stones. So depending upon which element was around them, they may show up like these guys here, like just like a reddy purple, and just really stand out, even those there. So I thought that was cool. But this one marble inside the Marble King bag for 15 bucks, that was awesome. Okay guys, so these are the marbles. I put them in this container from the jar. These are the marbles that I did get in the same booth as the coins. I really liked them. I liked all the different variations and things. But I'm going to also do the black light in here and see if anything will pop. Let's see. There we go, guys. I know it's not totally dark in this room, but look at, you can see, right? That red and white one is going to town. Some of the other ones as well. And down here, it's really cool. The red, these, look at the orange. It's really cool when you turn the lights on and then realize what their color. Whoa! And there's a uranium one right there, guys. One sticking out like a sore thumb is a yellow flinty, I think is what it's called. And it is made out of uranium. It's made out of uranium. I don't know how much or anything, but yeah, that's what it glows like that. So it's a flinty, I think. And then they all just have something special to offer. It's really neat. This one's really cool too. The green and white ones I have. It's just remarkable. Anyway. Okay, guys. I hope you watched both parts 1 and 2 of the Ontario Mall videos, because now we're at the second part where I went back the second time and grabbed some things. Of course, I have a box of things in it. Before I started though, I wanted to make sure I got this out to you. When we were looking at the Rose Medallion small trinket box, and I was trying to explain the lettering. So in 1930 in the United States, there was actually a tariff and an act in which it stated that everything coming in from another country had to be labeled in English from what country it was coming from. I think there was some wiggle room with different things, but for the most part, that's what it meant. So if you ever find something with different writing on the back that is not, of English writing, if Japan isn't written in English, you likely have a piece that's before 1930 or purchased overseas or in whatever country it might be. Okay, just a tip. Pretty good one, since we're getting kind of close to, don't even want to think about it, do we? 10 more years, we'll be at the 2030 mark. And then the other thing I wanted to say is I still can't find the most perfect malachite, but I do really enjoy the malachite. In the video, it doesn't quite look like I'm focusing on the malachite. It's off to the side, and I apologize for that, but I'm still waiting on that one. All right, enough talking. Let's see what we got. Now, I didn't buy things for any particular reason other than I liked these things, okay? So I'm just gonna reach in and see what I grab. Okay guys, the first thing I wanted to show you is I did go back for these little salt and pepper shakers, the little cows that I saw in the, I think it was the first video. I thought they were a good deal. They were $3, and yeah, they just remind me of a loved one who used to collect these. And I thought it was a good deal, and I don't know if they're old or not. They appear to have some age to them, so for $3, I thought they're very cute, and we like cows. I think you saw, like, if you watch some of my other videos, you know I have a cow hanging in this room. Okay, so the cows, very reasonable price. Now I did buy a vase. I did buy a vase, and it might surprise you what I bought. I ended up buying this vase. Now, I think it may be hand blown, but I'm not positive because it looks like there's a Pontel mark, but I don't know. All I know is this was marked $8 and it was 50% off. And I just really enjoyed the yellow with the orange and thought it was pretty nifty. So for $4, yeah, I bought it. See? Perfect, right? Okay. Next purchase. This is a good one. I really like this one. Now this is not from the $5 vendor where I was looking at other paperweights. This is a very unique paperweight that has blue flowers, but it also has some white in it, okay? And as I was taping, I was admiring this, and the actual vendor was there, and he was super nice, and I said, I really like that, and I ended up buying it from him, and then he started to give me some tips and tricks about anything and everything and anything. It was great. Again, the vendors and people there are just incredible. So this here I do have a plan for, but I'm not going to say yet what for, okay? But as long as I'm showing you this, there was no way I wasn't going to get this, guys. I mean, anyone who knows me, and maybe you don't, but my favorite flower is always going to be a yellow one. I love yellow flowers. My favorite flower is a daffodil. Black-eyed Susans have special meaning to me. I really enjoy those. But I love yellow flowers. I carried light yellow roses for my wedding. So this paperweight was one from that $5 booth. I thought was so cool. Everything was $5. So yeah, you probably knew I was gonna buy that. I'm just wondering what else you think I bought. Okay, so, oh, we're almost done. You know, I love pigs. I had to go back and get this pig. He was $2, and then he was 50% off. This poor little piggy was only $1. Look at him. I mean, how can I leave him? Couldn't leave him. I couldn't believe this was still there for $1, but maybe I'm just weird. But, or the salt and pepper shakers, or the next thing I'm going to show you. Actually, the last two things I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is glass blown, or blown glass. It has a Pontel mark down there. It's got an amber handle, which I thought went beautifully with this red. I mean, it just looks beautiful to me. I had a hard time finding it when I went back because I decided I really wanted it. But I found it. I found it. And it was 20% off from $12.50. So I was able to get it for $10. So here we are in Lopsided Learning, and we're learning about, you know, percentages, how to save money, life skills, we're we're looking at how to look at rocks in chemistry, and I guess they're more marbles than rocks, but they are rocks in chemistry, and you really cover a lot and you don't even really realize you're doing it. My very last purchase is going to let you know really well how much lopsided learning has to learn from this last piece. So after I left the first day, and I think I said, I wish they had a cart, I went back and went immediately for this one thing. Okay? I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to discuss it with you. The last thing I bought were the 2 ship bookends. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them down, and then I'm going to explain a little bit to you before we wrap up. Okay guys, the minute I got home from the first day at the Ontario Mall, I regretted not pulling these. Yeah, they did not have carts, of course, and it was getting late. And these guys are heavy. It's kind of, I don't know, I think it might be bronze is what I'm thinking. I don't know. But why it's so kind of like important to me is more what's written in the inside. And my camera has trouble focusing in and the light's not great, but what it says is the Constitution. Okay, on both bookends, the Constitution. So guys, these bookends right here, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. They're not only totally beautiful, but they play a huge role in history. And I can't believe they were still there. I can't believe it. So this is the USS Constitution, and you can tell it is. It is old Ironside. Yes, it is. And it played a significant role in the War of 1812. The Constitution got its name. Here I go. You know, I have to tell you the story. The Constitution, well, first of all, the Constitution is still afloat today. It is the oldest ship that is still afloat today. Good old Ironside, or the Constitution. The Constitution got its name. There were 10 names that the Secretary of War at the time, okay, his name was Timothy Pickering. He had 10 names and he gave them to George Washington, President Washington. And maybe he was, I'm trying to figure out, was he still general? I'm not quite sure, guys. Anyway, and he picked the Constitution. And like I said, this ship was monumental to the War of 1812. And it was made of a wood hull. And as you can see, it had the 3 masts. And it just, to have the Constitution still afloat and to see the history behind it and it being called the Constitution and old Ironside and things like that is pretty cool. This had to come home with us. It just had to. We're quite a family full of military people, and we're, you know, we support our troops and have a lot of family history in this. I don't know if it went back to 1812, but yeah. So that is the story of the Constitution and me running around like a mad woman to try to figure out where the heck they were. So the minute I got them, I took them up. Anyway, guys, got everything straight now. So you guys know that all the things I got that day, and a lot of it's just because I like it and it's pretty. The one thing was glass blown. You know, the background of the Constitution bookends. I can't believe I got those. Yeah. So anyway, if you like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'm going to be taking a little break and try to work a little bit more on the World War II information that keeps pouring in. All right, guys, thank you and have a great night. Bye-bye.